Welcome to the channel. My name is Crow, and I have finally cleared the Bone Dragon raid after about 5 hours or so. Was quite the struggle, but in today's video, I'm going to be going over, what I learned from doing the raid and how to help you guys actually communicate with parties and get them to do the right things to help you guys clear. I do want to give a quick shout out to the people that did help me out on the clear on the list. So we have like Nukes, Arthos, Lars, Damaji, who else? Nari helped me, Otto, Sister Hong, and anyone else that was in that party. We did a 12-man and went pretty smoothly once everyone knew exactly what to do. So I'm gonna give you guys just some pointers on what to do. There'll be timestamps below if you guys want to look for certain things that maybe you are confused with. And yeah, so leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't yet. I do appreciate it, and it does help support the channel. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get right into the video. Before we actually do go into the video, let's talk about the prep phase of things. So in this video, I don't have the actual raid clear, but I will go over different videos of me actually doing it and going through the phases. So first thing first, make sure you guys are eating food at the end of the day, obviously for a better clear. And then healing items, as you guys have seen in the bottom right, the healing aromatic, just make sure you guys are spamming that. Even if you are a tank, I think we learned from the Ice Dragon raid, a lot of, tanks aren't really as tanky as they should be because maybe they don't have optimized stats or they're just playing whatever, right? So just make sure you're trying to keep up with that and don't totally just blame the healers if you do end up dying. Besides that, you may get a team member bug where you actually need to leave the dungeon and then re-enter. You don't have to leave the party. You guys can leave the dungeon and re-enter because you guys are not able to enter because the teammate bug. And there is one more bug. If I'm wrong on this, but apparently in one of the portals, the robot may actually go immune and you simply just have a hard time killing it in the end. So if that does happen to you and you guys don't clear portal, cool, just redo it. Now let's get into the mechanics of the Dragon Raid. So first things first, when you guys do enter, you want to make sure that your tanks are always here in the southeast section. If you are a tank right here, always be here. If you see one of your tanks or a random party member on the other side, tell them to fuck off and come right here. You have to always be right here. Don't be on the fucking east. If you are a heavy guardian, make sure you tell your shield knight to stand with you. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, they have to stand with you because this is very important in this area. Not only that, Shield Knights also taunt more than Heavy Guardians. So they are literally like a hindrance if they do not listen, okay? Moving on, you always want to stand in this area right here. Simply put, everyone else can stand on the outer areas here. When it comes to Imagines, when we actually go to the portal phase, which I will be talking about, Imagine-wise, I actually would recommend saving things like Tina for the robot phase just to help accelerate it a bit faster and more comfortable. I actually do this later on, allowing me to do the raid clear. I end up running Tina and Frost Ogre, but you can also run Vino as well, and I'm speaking from a tank perspective. Other than that, you simply just want to stand right here. You can press H if you're a tank, if you know you're not going to die. But yeah, you just stand right here. Simply put, nothing's going to happen here when it goes through this entire phase. You're just going to tank a bunch of damage, and this is why, some stats actually do matter because of the shockwave. So we're just going to go through these first attacks. And then here, okay, we have callouts here. Portal soon. If you see portal soon, P soon, port soon, or just someone press P in chat, they're talking about the portal. The portal mechanic spawns behind the person who is taking aggro. That's why it's important if you're here on the southeast and not somewhere else, because not only will you ruin the portal position, you will also ruin the ability for people to actually dash to the portal in case maybe they don't have stamina, maybe they're dashing around. It's just a big hindrance if you're not actually paying attention to that. Also, the portal will spawn once the HP is about here, but I will give you an indicator as well when the portal is all going to spawn. Sorry, my English language was fucking up there. I had the hiccup. Anyways, when you see the boss doing this roar attack, okay, there's two different things that can happen. This orb mechanic can happen, or it can do an AoE slash mechanic. Those are two things that can happen during this phase, all right? So after that, the portal will then spawn behind you. Before I actually get into the portal phase, there is one more thing. There is a wipe mechanic here where it will target 2 people and make a huge ass rectangle line, right? A huge rectangle AoE. The 2 people, please use your dash or just sprint out to the outer edges so you guys are not hitting everyone in the middle. Pretty simple. Honestly, after the first attempt, you guys should get that done. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Now we talk about the portal. So left side party members will enter the portal first. When people say party 1 and 3, it's because the number is highlighted here on the left side and 2 and 4 is highlighted on the right side. So party 1 and 3 or left side will go in the portal first, or party 2 and 4 and right side will enter the portal second. So everyone needs to go here. Everyone, okay, rush. All right, and that's why your placement of the tank is important, so people can actually make it there. You'll then go to this second area here and think of it like Towering Ruin. Oh my god, it's like we'd already done this before, guys. Towering Ruin. You guys enter the next area and you'll see 3 robots that are going to be indicated white with a rune on top of their head, which you have to kill, and then we have the red one. This is also why the placement of the portal is important, because if you have the portal placed in front of the red mechanic, well, guess what? It's going to end up killing people because of the wave hit, as you guys can see right there. Now, moving on, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do it my way, where the tank is actually gathering everyone to then bring it to this robot here, or you can have the one marksman attack every single robot and then bring it to you guys. So after that, you want to make sure the robots are on top of here, on this robot here, and yeah, just make sure you guys are stacking. Now, you're going to see a lot of times, okay, where the robot is jumping around to other people because they're taking aggro. If that is the case, please make sure you guys are stacking on top of each other. Tanks as well. For a tip, if you see, let's say they're all stacked right here and you see a robot right here, you can actually dash to the robot and it will take back aggro to you, then jump, and then you can bring it back to the center. So it's a little bit of tech here. You want to make sure you're using Tina. You can actually Frost Ogre everything here and then it will stay in case you're going to use any skills that cause you to move. But as you guys can see, they're getting aggroed. And with that being the case, we're not going to be able to clear this phase. It's just like Towering Ruin. We have to do our job on this side. Otherwise, it's pretty much the end. So that's going over the portal phase, and I will show up a next video right now of us actually getting through the portal phase. All right, next video is going to be going over what actually happens when you end up stacking everything at once. So as you guys can see, we're stacked up everything. Then these runes will drop on the ground. It doesn't matter if you guys literally have like 10 seconds left. Spam click these damn runes, okay? Just spam click it. Make sure someone has it. Or if someone wants to designate themselves, I had to do this for parties. It could be you and then 2 other people on your party that has to go in the portal, designate the players so that they make sure that they pick them up and know how to do the mechanic, okay? This mechanic is very important because it ends up in a wipe. If you guys do not pick up these runes, it will end up in a wipe, okay? If we do not evacuate fast enough and pick up the runes, this next mechanic takes longer to do and you have less time to master it. So when these portals actually spawn here in the room, there's going to be 4, okay, on the compass nodes, north, south, east, and west. When it is glowing, it's about to get activated to then cause a wipe. Essentially what you do is the same thing on Dark Mist Dungeon, which we all have done, where it, you know, the boss is doing the big sword, the big ass sword, right? And you have to press the key to block it. It's the same exact key, and you're going to be blocking the same type of attack. As you guys can see here, you don't have to wait for it to actually do the attack. You can just place the the shield in front of it, and it will already block it. But let's say you're a little bit too late, as I am here. just put it up. It's going to block. And you want to make sure all 3 sides are now blocked. And that's how you do the rune mechanic. So moving on from the rune mechanic and the whole portal thing, what's going to happen now is that once everyone is spawned back in, you then DPS the boss until the second team, the team on the right, has to go into the portal and then do the rune mechanic and then get out. It's the same thing. This is the major mechanic that people die to, right? Because to be honest, like I said, the people who can gather, it shows who actually knows how to do vault. Okay, who knows how to do vault, knows how to gather, right? So after the first portal, essentially everyone's back in. You go back into the boss. The walls disappear, and you just start right back to where you're at. Pretty much it. So we're just gonna DPS down. Oh, here, this is very important. So this is basically how do I call this in old times? Like back in the day, we had to put up the line, the line to vote. This is the line, right? You guys have to actually make sure you guys are blocking this line together to mitigate the damage. I know it's not our typical red circle, arrow down, mitigate damage, but it's a mitigate damage line where we have to line up to, help each other out. So typically you want to stand in front of the aggro tank, and then the other tank can actually help take the not the aggro, but the mitigated line. So there's going to be 2 lines here, and you guys want to line up. So yeah, that's something to note. Now, you guys can line up. I've also seen people just end up tanking it to just, get Irona'd or revive candy. But that's just something to note if you're wondering, like, okay, why am I dying right there on the line? Now, I want to see if we're going to get through another mechanic here. If not, then I will just talk about it so you guys understand what exactly is happening. So right here, obviously, red circle, red equals bad, right? That's always the main thing in any dungeon, in any raid, red equal bad. If you see the AoE, just do not stand on top of each other. Now we have the next portal actually does spawn here. I don't think I actually do clear this after they get the second portal, but I'll get back to you guys on that. So I love how in game they actually don't talk about the next thing I am going to talk about, but this mark area here actually does happen before the first portal does spawn, which is what I was trying to show you guys. Essentially, you guys want to make sure where the line is, you just spread out as a rectangle formation and just go to the outer edges so you're not hitting everyone. And there is one more mechanic here that I did want to show, but for some reason they just don't have a actual image of it, which is not good. So anyways, after the phase 2 portal, or not the phase 2 portal, after the phase 1 portal, because I have had this happen after phase 1 portal for whatever reason. Basically, it's going to do a line damage here. Essentially, you just stand in the area that doesn't have a line on it. It's pretty simple. But there's going to be another damage that does happen, I believe, after phase 2, where you have to actually walk clockwise, and there's going to be purple waves on the bottom, and you just have to jump over it. That's it. That's it. Those things I just mentioned there is the only other mechanics you really have to worry about besides the main one being the portal. The main one being the portal is what makes this take so much longer than it needs to. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video for the raid guide. Hopefully that is able to help you guys out and get some more clears in, even in the public party like me. And then we have this raid coming out next week, another 2, and I believe this one is the most brain numbing out of all of them, as you guys can see. So I will try to do my best to get that done in a pub. Just get that nice old pub experience that Blue Protocol wanted us to always have, right? So yeah, I'm just going to make sure I have that done for you guys, and I will help you guys out. The day one guide of the release. But enough of the app. That's gonna be it for today's video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't yet already. I'm so glad. I'm I'm out, guys. I'm out. I finally cleared it. It's done. All right. I'm able to get 65. Do note, if you guys have not cleared hard mode yet already, you guys are then able to actually get your 4-piece set of gear, which is going to be a very, very nice increase at the end of the day. Make sure you guys are trying to complete your gear now that Masters has more of the dungeons up. So get your gear farming done for level 60. At this point, if you actually have been playing the game, everyone should have their full level 60 gear. I know a lot of people are getting 20k, you know, if you spend, but I know a lot of free to plays are getting to that, you know, that 16k mark right now. We had the Void Relic exchange and everything. Soon we should be able to also get the gear crafting done. If we are at 39 right now for me currently, I want to say next week people should probably start getting their level 70 weapon, but definitely, if not next week, it'll be the next week after that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't yet already. I appreciate the support. Sorry, it's been a long day. Just clearing raids, man. In the public game of Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Subscribe to the channel. Does help me out. Let's get to 1,000. See you guys in the next one. Peace.